Hello, wonderful people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever applies to you. Thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to do a segment called Meet the Coach, just to give you guys a little bit, for those of you that don't know me, just to give you an introduction and a little bit of my background story. I was sitting here for about 30 minutes thinking about, okay, what video should I make? I had a whole bunch of options, and I just like, you know what, you just have to choose. It's just pick one, stick with it, and see what happens. So that's what we're doing. So I guess I would start by with where I grew up. So I'm Canadian, so I grew up about 35, 40 minutes east of Toronto in a smaller town called Whitby. Um, Growing up, my family was very big on academics. So that's always been a very big part of my life, is focusing on being a good student, trying to get the best grades that I can get. I remember that being a big part of my childhood for sure growing up, and it translates to even my personality now. But and then another big part of my life, especially growing up, was athletics. So I played a variety of sports: basketball, volleyball. I did some track as well, but my main sport was basketball. That's where a lot of my energy, time, and commitment went to growing up. My goal was always to get a full ride scholarship so that I could play basketball at a great school that offered number one, first priority, great academics, and be able to get a free ride there, right, and get a great education for free. I remember that always being a very big goal, growing up. So, yeah, so I played competitively from like the age of 7 up until just after high school. I actually did end up somewhat being able to accomplish that goal. After high school, I went and spent a year in Florida at a prep school, a postgraduate prep school, and I was able to get a scholarship to a school in Miami. Long story short, the scholarship was not 100%. I think it was like 70 or 80%. So the money I would still have had to pay to go there was still a pretty penny. And like I said, academics were very, very important, especially to my dad. And I guess we didn't feel that the school that I got the scholarship from was, the best academically. So ended up coming home, and then went to the University of Ottawa. Yeah, so that once I started at the University of Ottawa, I studied finance. Growing up, I think a lot of my friends and teachers, they felt that I had some strong leadership skills. I remember getting like leadership awards and being captains of like some sports teams and stuff like that. So I only say that because I guess that kind of created in my mind that's what people told me that I was good at outside of athletics, was like, maybe leading people, or I was good with my words and I was good with arguing. That's what a lot of people would tell me. So the two things that came to mind were, okay, maybe I'd make a good CEO or a lawyer. So I ended up getting my finance degree, probably about maybe 6 months in to university. I realized, or maybe about a year, and I realized that I didn't think that the CEO route was going to be for me at all. Once I actually learned what it entailed, and how it was, because when I was learning about it and when I originally thought about it, I was thinking, being a CEO of like a big, large, grand company. And once I actually learned about it, I didn't think that would be something that would really resonate with me. I think largely because I just couldn't really envision myself in like a large corporate environment, to be honest with you. All the things that I wanted to do and where I could see myself being the most impactful were in much smaller settings, where I could be, have an intimate one-on-one experience or small group experience, as opposed to, leading a big, grand organization or something like that. So I say this to say, along my journey of getting my finance degree, I realized that I didn't think that the CEO route of a big company was going to be for me, and I didn't actually think being the corporate world. I definitely felt a lot of resistance towards that as well. So um, that funny enough, I actually, like I said, the second thing that I was thinking about was, or that people told me that I might be good at was like arguing, so, or using my words. So I said, okay, you know what, let me give this law thing a try. So I actually ended up taking the LSAT. I actually applied to law school in Barbados. That's where my family's from. So I got if I got into that school, which I was fortunate enough to get into, um, the law school in Barbados, that meant free tuition. So that was almost a no-brainer. Um, and yeah, so shortly after university, after I graduated in 2019, like I said, I got into the law school, and I was really just considering um, this path and whether I was gonna take this on. And the closer it got to actually starting, I realized this. I don't think this is me. To be honest with you, I actually looked at it as a backup. To be honest with you, because I was like, get to go to Barbados, free education. Who wouldn't want to have a law degree in their pocket and have that backup opportunity of being able to be a lawyer and hopefully make some good money? But once I actually spoke to people that were in the industry, did some more research, I just didn't think it aligned with what I really wanted to do. So um, I ended up not going down that route. And funny enough, at this time, um, well, there's two things. I guess at this time, there are two things I knew for sure. I knew I wanted to be, um, I guess, a small business owner. I knew I wanted to have control over like my time, my energy, um, and my schedule. And I knew that I really wanted to be able to help people on a personal level with issues that were really important to them. I just didn't know how to go about that. So over the years, I thought of a lot of different careers that I felt would help me do that. I tried out being a mortgage agent. I thought about being a financial advisor. Um, a lot of different, I thought I did life insurance for a little bit. Different industries that I felt like would help me connect with people and help them solve problems that were really important to them. But um, all while this was going on, I actually was also day trading. And I started day trading in 2019. Um, and that's about the time, I think, where I got some of this clarity. I actually look back. I'm just gonna read something here, that a note that I had from 2019. It was an exercise that I did, and it really it really showed me, I think, what was gonna be um, what was the most important to me. So the exercise was to just set a vision for the future for yourself. So I put sitting on a balcony outside my bedroom, reading every morning, drinking tea, looking over a beautiful view with peace and quiet, just hearing nature with no financial stress, and my family can pick up and go on vacation just like that whenever we want, and it can be arranged fairly easily. Each day I wanted to be excited to work because I genuinely enjoyed what I did. And these are the key things that I wrote, actually. And this was in May of 2019, and I just stumbled upon this the other day. So I said, the work has to allow me to inspire people, enable me to help solve meaningful or important problems for people rather than large organizations. It has to allow me to use my knowledge to teach or train others, thereby facilitating growth. It has to challenge me intellectually by using specialized expertise to help solve very difficult problems. And it puts me in a position where I can help people achieve goals that are very important to them. So that it was very clear to me, I guess, looking back, that I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know how I wanted to do it. So at the time, one of what I thought was going to be the clearest way of me doing that was, like I said, what I just mentioned, the day trading. So long story short, day trading is very, very heavily dependent. Your success is very heavily dependent on your psychology. A lot of people think the hardest thing about the day trading is like reading charts and doing technical analysis and knowing where to get in and get out. No, like that is important. You do need it, but by far the most important thing from my experience is the psychological aspect of doing what you say you're going to do. And for me, the hardest thing was being able to accept loss. Because like I said, I played a lot of sports growing up, so I was highly, highly competitive. And in the real world, I feel like when I lose, it serves me well to try and avenge myself by getting back on the horse and just trying again. Whereas in trading, that can be very detrimental to your success if you have that mentality that you need to get something back or you need to get your money back. That's where things can spiral out of control. So what I realized, I'm mentioning this because basically for the last 5 years, that is kind of what I've been grappling with. I have seen some success in trading. I've gotten better each year that I've done it. But that has always been a struggle of mine in the backdrop is dealing with some of those psychological obstacles, right? So just earlier this year, I was reading a book, and I don't remember exactly what it said, but the sentiment that was being put through in the book was start your passion today. Like if you have a passion and there's something that lights your fire, like do not put that off. Start that today, because you don't know when your last day is going to be. You don't know if you're going to get a chance to ever do that. And just by living that on a daily basis and creating time to do that, that will open up your world. That will open up opportunities for you, and help you live a more fulfilling life. So that is exactly what I did. Honestly, I like I said, I thought about a whole bunch of different careers, but I finally one of the careers that I did come across as well was coaching, was life coaching, and I said, you know what, I've been doing some more research into it. I can see that it clearly aligns with like my vision and the things that I'm trying to accomplish. I think this is a no-brainer. Let me just take the leap. So I ended up taking the leap. So I started the process of getting my life coaching certification in January of this year, 2024. And man, that honestly is the best decision that I've ever made for myself. I didn't know what it was going to look like. All I knew was that I needed to start and I needed to stop pushing this off. So fast forward, now it's July. I'm about to get my certification. I couldn't be more confident that I'm in the right space. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I'm able to use my gifts to have the biggest impact that I possibly can on people. And it's really an amazing feeling, especially after, going through the struggles that I have gone through. Like I said, like the psychological challenges of trading and, just trying to figure out my path. And honestly, one of the things that has helped me was once I joined the community of coaches that I'm in now, I was able to get some coaching for myself. And man, I realized that I finally got to the point of giving myself permission to walk away from trading if I wanted to. And that was life-changing. I realized that because when I was doing the trading, my idea was that, okay, I'll be able to coach people. I'll get my skill to a certain point. I'll be able to make money doing the day trading, and then I'll start my passion projects and I'll be able to coach people and help people trade. But I realized through coaching and just really getting to know myself, I guess, a lot better, that wasn't really that really wasn't as important to me as I thought it was. And a coach helped me realize that I was really trading, I think, for the wrong reasons. Like I did enjoy it. There are definitely some elements about, the financial market and building your own wealth that I definitely resonate with deeply. But it was never something that I could see myself doing just for the sake of doing it, just enjoying it for the journey. It was always a means to an end. And I think once I really got that clarity and gave myself permission only by better understanding like what my motivations were, why it was so important to me, what I was trying to prove to myself, to other people, all those sort of things, was I finally able to give myself permission to walk away from trading if I wanted to. And that allowed me to fully devote myself to my life coaching career. And I think it was the best decision I ever made. Funny enough, I actually am still trading in a much lesser capacity, but literally just last week I had an amazing week, and it was free of stress. It was free of psychological battles. It was just free flowing. And I think that's because I know I don't have that pressure that this needs to work out, the trading needs to work out, because that's what I need to do to make money. I'm not even focused on making money right now, honestly, like, because I know I'm on the right path. That has just allowed me to get a lot more success in that area, funny enough, and just know that, as long as I focus on providing value to you guys and changing lives and impacting people the best way I can, the rest will fall into place. So that is kind of how I got to where I'm at right now. Right now, my specialty is mindset coaching. Hopefully you can see kind of why that was just a natural space for me to get into based on my own personal experiences, right? But yeah, that is an introduction to me and kind of where I'm at. I'm in the process now of just starting the business and getting things rolling, and it's been an amazing journey of being able to help clients realize their goals, learn more about myself, learn more about my coaching, my approach, and what I really see that helps people get to where they want to be. So yeah, I think I don't want to take any more of your time, guys, but I really appreciate you listening in this long. If you have, I promise the videos will get shorter and more succinct, but yeah, I really appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been sending to me. I take it seriously, and it really means a lot to me. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for taking your time to listen to me wherever you're at, whatever time this is at. I really appreciate it. And as always, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please reach out to me on Instagram. You can DM me. You can shoot me an email at milesdanielcoaching@gmail.com. And yeah, looking forward to continuing this journey and continuing to make content for you guys. And I hope you guys have a great weekend.